Icy cold here in Big Bear. Officials are trying to figure out which color they want us in. Our Mountain Select reversibles are brown and white or white and brown, and neither of them are significantly different. So a little discussion on the home team. If you weren't following along yesterday, we went 1-1. First game against Minnesota something. We lost 6-1. Second game against the other Minnesota team that we played yesterday, we won 3-1. This morning we are playing against Minnesota, different Minnesota team, and then this afternoon, the fourth Minnesota team. Girls warming up Sienna. Jeff, what can you give me about this Minnesota SDP team? So I guess the officials didn't like the combination of our brown and white and the Minnesota white. So Minnesota's going to put on their darks. So SDP, coming from the Maple Grove area of Minnesota. How'd they do yesterday, Jeff? Wayzata. I don't know what that means. Plymouth. Northwest suburbs of Minnesota. Many, many girls. What about their games yesterday, Jeff? You got a record of what they did yesterday? All right. Starting it out today, Sierra on the near side. Claire taking the face off. Aria far side. Addie far side D. Reese near side. Sienna in the posts. Minnesota wins face off. Cycle it up into our zone. Quick turn and shot deflected off of Addie, off to the far side. Centering attempt, Reese clears that out. Claire taking the face off. Reese reaching that out, poking that out ahead into the neutral zone. Sierra skidding it up. Back check from Minnesota, pulls it off Sierra's stick. Minnesota coming around. Moving the puck through the neutral zone. Centering attempt, Addie deflects that behind the goal. Addie goes hard up the boards. That is right on goal, no icing. Minnesota's going to cover that. Nice geometry there from Addie, getting that one on goal for the offensive zone faceoff. $36 seconds burned off this clock so far. Girls back checking, Minnesota gaining the zone, dumping it to the corner. Brooklyn going for it. Ayla there as well. Puck comes out to Kyla. Kyla over to Ayla. Ayla to the blue line, but not out. Brooklyn's got it at the hash marks. Brooklyn gets it up and out. That one was tipped, no icing. Kyla forward checking. Ruby's out there as well. This Minnesota team moving the puck pretty well. Tape passes across ice. Ruby reading that attempt, clearing that out of the zone. That will be icing. Oh, that is waved off. Getting a line change. Hazel pressuring. Monroe up there as well. Reese picking up that stretch pass, gaining the red line and dumping it in. Minnesota up the boards. That one bounces out. Nice pressure from the girls, keeping the Minnesota team restrained to their zone. Nice job clogging up the slot there, not letting the shot get to Sienna. Backhand attempt doesn't clear the zone. Avery up the boards, kept in by Minnesota. This one's dangerous. Toe drag, backhand. Sienna with the first save, and another Minnesota player sitting on the back door. 11:22 left in the first, score 1-0. Aria, Claire, and Sierra out there. Claire takes face off, Minnesota wins it. Coming up ice, dumps it in. Addie goes up the boards. That goes all the way through. And we'll be coming back down. Sierra hassling, gets that puck away. Gains the zone with it. Claire reaches in, pulls it out. Sierra fighting in the corner. Aria goes in to help. Centering attempt gets picked up by Minnesota. They work it up the boards. Kept in at the blue line. Claire pressuring on the near wall. Minnesota dumps it around the back. Centering attempt hits the side of the goal. That gets pushed up, not out. Brooklyn digging for it in the corner. Aria with some time over on the far side. Aria passes over to Sierra at the slot. Minnesota gets stick, deflects that back behind the goal. Reese coming off the bench, dumps that in. Minnesota tries the center, can't get it through Patty's skates. Reese coming up the ice. Reese gains the zone, gets it deep. Centering attempt. That one jumps over the line. Reese gets to it. Can't get it over to Evelyn. Sienna with a glove save. Shot from the high slot. Reese seeing that centering attempt, picks that up at the top of the crease and clears that out. Nash from Minnesota showing off some footwork there. .8:31 left in the first. Sienna's going to glove that and cover it. Another face-off. Shot from the top of the circle. Brooklyn deflected that over the top of the goal. Avery using her body to get that puck in the corner. Avery reading that pass and intercepting. Girls clear that one out. Goalie's coming out to play it. No ice. Working a line change. Minnesota gains the zone, shoots one from the top of the circle, goes wide. Going around the far side, Addie skating for it. Minnesota gets to it first. Reese up the boards, kicked up by Minnesota. Offsides, Minnesota. 6:51 left in the first. Sierra picking that up in the neutral zone. Strong back check from Minnesota. Aria picks it up off Sierra's skate, gets a shot. Shot on goal. That gets covered. Player checking the face off. Pokes it ahead. Minnesota takes behind the goal. Sierra stripping that off of Minnesota's stick. Claire picks it up. That one hit the side of the goal. Reese picks it up behind the goal, up the boards to Sierra. Sierra unable to clear that out. Shot from the top of the circle. Sienna gloves it. Kyla take that face-off shot. Sienna tracks it, deflects it out to the far side. Ruby pokes that one out. Ruby and Kyla skating up. Minnesota gets to it first. Ayla pressuring on the boards. Slows things down, but Minnesota comes up with it. Brooklyn with a great stick. Chips that one out. Bouncing puck gets past Ruby there. Evelyn picking it up on the far side, up to Ruby. Ruby drags that around Minnesota player. Minnesota picks it up at the red line. Ruby gets the red line, dumps that in. Ruby skates it in. Toe drags around one. Ruby getting, that's a trip. That's a penalty coming our way. Brooklyn from the top of the circle rips one. Looking for that rebound. Quick shot. Backhand. Hey, there we go. Ruby with a backhand. Delayed penalty. .423 left in the first, score 1-1. Oh. Greta heading to the bench after getting crunched by the ref. Avery moving up to forward. Tape-to-tape passing from Minnesota is impressive. Shot wide of the goal. Puck ringing around to the hash marks. Sienna with a save. Puck was sitting. Sienna with a... That gets cleared out. Didn't see who got a stick on it. Another shot deflected wide. Centering attempt. Avery picks that up. Backhands it up the boards. That'll get stopped at the blue line. Shot hits off a shin guard. Goes wide. Monroe gets it up to Avery. Avery coming up ice. Avery, little drag move, shot wide of the goal. Hazel picks it up on the near side. Centers it to Monroe. Monroe with a shot on the ice. Puck still loose, digging for it. A little pushing and shoving out in front of the goal there. Clear takes face off. Puck leaves the zone. Claire picks it up. Looking for space. Reverses. That one's chipped up ahead. Nice pressure from Claire. Minnesota gets connected and dumps it deep. Evelyn, two-hand chop, doesn't clear the zone. Sienna pulling that one in and getting chippy again in front of the goal. Minnesota wins that back to the slot. That one's shot 10 feet over the top. Field goal. Kyla over at the hash marks. Clears that one out. Minnesota skating in. Shoots that one again. Way over the top. Ruby's down on the ice. Minnesota with the puck, 1:48 left. Great stick from Reese. Kyla poked that out. Monroe skating for it. It's waved off. Monroe gets to the corner, gets it to the crease. Avery was digging for it and getting cleared out of the crease again. .121 left in the first. Evelyn coming off the bench, picks that up, shoots it into the back of a calf. Ooh, quick turnaround shot attempt from Avery. Kick save. That one up to Hazel. Hazel tries to get it over to Monroe. Monroe gets her stick lifted. That was up in the hands, no call. Centering attempt. That is offsides. 59.2 left in the first. Minnesota gains the zone. Brooklyn in the corner, goes up the boards, gets into the hash marks. Minnesota cycles it around back. Couple toe drag moves from Nash. Nash with a ripper of a shot. Sienna with a save. Sienna holding those pads down, keeping that puck out. The girls clear out of zone. Shot hits the side of the net. 17 seconds left in the period. Brooklyn with it. Brooklyn goes up the boards. Cross-ice pass, shot from the high slot. That was going wide. Sienna deflects it to the corner. End of the first. Score 1-1. I don't think Minnesota was expecting that. Yesterday, I believe Minnesota, this team beat Arapahoe 11-1. So being at 1-1 after the first, these girls are playing well. All right, stat boy coming in. Due to the barrage at the end of the period, shots on goal, 15 Minnesota, 8 Mount Select. Otherwise, it was a closer shot count during the rest of the period. Got to figure out how to remote Jeff in so he can just do live stats with me. Claire taking the face off. Sierra stepping out ahead of Minnesota there, trying to get to it. Claire picks it up, skates it in, gets poked away. Minnesota clears it out. Reese gets to it, gets it up ice to Aria, off Aria's stick. Reese up to Aria again. Aria off the boards into the zone. And that will be icing. I feel like the first whistle in the first period was 36 seconds in too. Kyla taking the face off. Wins it back to Addie, or Reese. No, Addie. Addie with a shot goes wide. Brooklyn getting a stick on that centering attempt. Deflects that wide of the goal. Kyla off the boards, not out. Centering attempt, Sienna hugging the post, keeps that one from getting to the top of the crease. That one is going to get cleared out by Ayla. That will be icing. Hazel taking the face off. Minnesota pokes that one ahead behind the goal. Avery ringing that around the boards. Cross ice, Minnesota pass to the far point. Ripper of a shot. Greta clears that one up and out. Minnesota goalie stepped up and played that one. No icing. Delayed offsides. Screaming for the girls to clear the bench, or clear the zone. They didn't hear it, but Minnesota cleared that one out for us. Avery chips that up the boards, but not out. Minnesota with a shot. Sienna flushing the leather. Pulling that one in. Sierra steps in, pokes that ahead on the face-off, gets that out of the zone, but Minnesota gets it off the end of her stick. Missed pass, goes deep into the Minnesota zone. Girls forechecking. Sierra at the far dot, tries to get it. Brooklyn at the red line, backhands that in. Aria skating for it. Minnesota clears that one out through the zone. Picked up in the neutral zone. Evelyn dumps it in. Nice pressure from the girls, keeping the puck on Minnesota's side of the ice here. Oh, Sienna. Love you, Sienna. Nasty moves there from Nash. Just dancing around, getting that shot off. That'll be icing. Kyler takes face off from above the circle. Shot gets deflected off some bodies to the near corner. Centering attempt. Addie clogging up the crease there. Addie getting a skate on that, kicking it up to Ruby. Ruby gets it in, gets it deep. Ayla looks to center, can't get it through Minnesota skates. Ruby going to the box for tripping. Minnesota sending the goalie to the bench. All right, so the girl's able to touch up. So we'll be on a penalty kill. Ref's talking. There may have been another trip. Okay, Kyla going to the box. I think they missed the call there. Should have been Ruby, I believe, but either way, we're on a penalty kill, minute and 30. Backdoor pass, didn't connect, but that was dangerous. Here comes the puck up ice. Ruby skating hard for it. We had a shorty yesterday. Be a great way to kill the penalty if we get another one today. Get it in! Look at that! 2 days in a row, shorties. 25 seconds into the penalty kill. Ruby coming up with the shorty. Great effort from Ayla and Ruby there. Ayla from the corner, backhanding it to the crease. And the puck sat for Ruby. Scored 2-1 Mountain Select with a shorthanded goal. Minnesota gains the zone. Oh, that one shot across the goal line through the crease. Ruby clears that out. Nash doing her drag move. Shot. Sienna with a kick save. Addie clears that out. No icing. Getting the line change. There's nobody back there. Minnesota coming up ice. Oh my God, that was one hell of a shot. That was bar down. Not a great line change there. Leaving Minnesota all alone in the zone. Back to full strength, tied 2-2. Minnesota getting to the front of the crease. Sienna with a save. That one getting cleared out. Sienna with a glove save. Minnesota wins that cross ice. Shot into Evelyn's shin guard. Backhand attempt goes wide of the goal. Evelyn deflecting that one wide. Shot from the top of the circle. Avery kicking that to her stick. Going up the boards to Monroe. Monroe pokes that out ahead. Gets that out of the zone. Strong forecheck. Greta going in, stripping that away from Minnesota. Puck comes out to Monroe. Monroe looks to get it to the crease. Minnesota's there. Evelyn picks that up, clears it out. Cross-ice pass from Minnesota, hits a skate. Monroe dumps it in, Minnesota gets it. Nash shoots that into Evelyn. Oh, that one gets deflected out. Backdoor pass. Sienna was sliding but hadn't gotten across. Minnesota is moving the puck really well across ice. .541 left in the second, score 3-2. Kyla taking the face off. Ruby steps into it. Ruby with a toe drag, gets it into the zone. Ruby with a shot. Oh, gets deflected just wide. Little help from the ref there, kept it in. Ruby with a shot. Glove save. Puck to the corner off the face-off. Minnesota skating around. Gaining speed. Brooklyn going back. All right, we will go on a power play. So for the power play, Kyla takes face off. Shot attempt from Kyla, deflected wide. Kyla and Ayla pressuring the puck. Gets up to Brooklyn at the point. Brooklyn chips it deep to the corner to Ayla. Kyla goes to help dig. Okay, 47 seconds left on the first penalty. Minnesota called for hooking. We will have a 5-on-3. .412 left in the second, score 3-2. Up to Reese at the slot. Reese shoots one, glove save. Moving to the far dot. Claire taking the face off. Claire wins it over to Sierra. Sierra up to Brooklyn. Brooklyn tried to go across to Reese. Minnesota read it. That is offsides. 31 seconds left in the first penalty. 1:15 left in the second penalty. Claire pokes that back to Brooklyn. Brooklyn dumps it in. Brooklyn keeps it in at the blue line. 3 girls digging for it. Sierra comes up with it. Sierra flips one towards the net. Goes wide. Aria in the corner. Up to Reese at the point. Reese steps up. Shoots one wide. Sierra picks it up at the far side. Back to 5-on-4. Brooklyn cycles that around. Sierra reaching for it behind the goal. Comes up to the crease. Nash picks it up. Clears it to the blue line, but not out. Reese pokes it up ahead, keeps it deep. Still on the penalty kill, so no icing there. Nice poke from Brooklyn. .226 left in the second. 3-2. Puck goes to Sienna. Sienna pushes it back into play. Minnesota at the hash marks. Kyla clears that out. Minnesota dumps it in. That one jumps over Evelyn's stick. Evelyn going to the box for tripping. .145 left in the second. 130 on the penalty kill. Shot. Brooklyn kicks that wide of the goal. Kyla chips that out. Minnesota dumped it in. Reese cleared that out. Nice pressure from the girls, keeping it out of the zone. Sienna will glove that one. That was going wide. 46 seconds left in the penalty. 1 minute left in the period. Minnesota, a couple quick touches, moving the puck. Getting it, ooh, cross ice. That one deflected to a player right in the circle. Ripped it home. 4-2. Hazel, Greta, and Monroe coming out. Avery and Addie on D. Minnesota dumps that to the corner. Addie's skating back for it. Goes up the boards, but not out. 30 seconds left in the period. Shot attempt gets Avery in the skate. Hazel clears that out. Avery picking that up off a Minnesota stick, skating it in. Three seconds left in the period. That was an action-packed period. Shorthand goal, power play goal the other way. What you got for me, Jeff? That period, 18 shots from Minnesota, 5 for Mountain Select. A lot of penalties in that period. Ruby skating it in. Ayla with a shot off the side of a Minnesota body. Kyla goes to pick it up behind the goal. Tries to get it to the top of the crease. Addie fans on it. It follows up, keeps it in. Gets it deep. Kyla tries to get it through to the crease. Ayla goes to the corner. Ayla gets it through to Ruby. Lots of sticks in the lane. Nice back check from Ruby. Stripping that, taking it in. Ruby with a shot. Oh. Had that one just over the goalie's pads, but she was able to get a glove on it. Minnesota with the puck off face-off. Brooklyn with a great stick. Doesn't let Minnesota shoot. That one deflected over the top of the goal. Another couple players sitting point blank on the crease. Brooklyn goes up the boards. Sierra unable to chip it out. That one jumped over Sierra's stick. Minnesota gains the zone. Shot on the ground. Hazel picks it up. Goes up ice. Monroe looking for it. Minnesota trying to get through 4 players. And that'll be icing. Hazel taking the face off. That one cleared up and out. Reese gets to that first, gets it up the boards, bounces off a Minnesota stick. Minnesota back in the zone. That one deflected from Avery to Sienna, who gloves it to her stick. Sticks it to her glove. Ruby and Kyloff face off, taking the puck up ice. Kyla dumps it in, goes to the corner. Ruby's at the crease. Minnesota clears that out. Evelyn with a two-hand chop. Ayla keeps it going out of the zone. Great forecheck. Ruby picks that up. Ruby skating it in. Little toe drag. Ruby gets to the top of the crease. Kyla looking for it. Minnesota able to smother. Claire at the dot. Ref hits the ice. Minnesota up the boards. Reese keeps it in. Reese dumps it behind the goal. Reese keeps it in again. Dumps it deep. Claire and Sierra forward checking. Brooklyn steps up, keeps that one in, gets it to the goal. That one gets cleared out. Reese to it first. Reese up the boards to Aria. That one passed all the sticks. That was tipped, no icing. Minnesota with speed. Sienna standing on that post, blocking that, deflecting it back out to the corner. Brooklyn doing a nice job keeping that player low. Claire with it coming up ice. Claire up to Sierra. One on two. Minnesota getting pushed to the outside. Sierra at the far hash mark. So lost it off her stick, but Avery's there to help. Greta coming off the bench, picks up the puck. Greta looking for some space. Greta using a off-stick hand. Nice puck protection there to gain the zone. That one gets through Addie's feet. Avery's skating back for it. That is icing. Ayla, Kyla, and Ruby out there. Brooklyn and Evelyn on D. Minnesota around the boards. Minnesota gains zone. Brooklyn gets the puck. Brooklyn around. Dump back deep. Evelyn to it. Evelyn up to Ruby. Ruby gets that one past Nash. Kyla with some speed, picks it up. Kyla takes it to the net, shoots it just wide. Brooklyn coming up to keep it in at the blue line. Centering attempt, Ruby looking for it. Minnesota comes up with it. Ooh, that one goes right through the crease. Minnesota chips that out. That's going to slow down in the soft snow. Finally making some tape-to-tape passes for the Mountain Select girls. Ayla gains the zone. Ayla getting pushed off the puck. .6:25 left in the third. That's not cleared out. Shot deflected from Ruby. Kept from the goal. Kyla and Ayla skating hard for that one. Minnesota gets there first. Shot wide of the goal. Minnesota digs that out, tries to get it to the crease. Sienna with a save. That one goes across the crease. Claire gets to it. Claire gets it up but not out. Up to Hazel. Hazel pokes out ahead. Just a step or two before the red line. That is icing. Shot on the ice, gets kicked wide. Brooklyn skating for that. Changing up our tactic a little bit. Got to get a goal soon. Ruby floating. Ruby skates it in. Gets... Oh! Another quick attempt. That one bounces over Brooklyn's stick. Sienna seeing the back door pass there, brushes that away. Nice stick, gets cleared out. Ruby floating again. Kick save, back into play. This one cleared up ice. This will be icing. .346 left in the third. Score 4-2. Minnesota with the puck off face-off. Centering attempt gets into a Mountain Select skate, and that will be iced. Shot going, wow. Shot from outside. Sienna with the first save. And Minnesota sitting at the top of the crease, able to pick up the rebound. All right, we're going with the extra attacker. 3:21 left, empty net. Off the face-off. Stop at the blue line, dump deep. Avery's got it behind the goal line. Avery tries to clear it out. That one kicked away from the goal. No, there's Brooklyn standing in front of that shot. Girls need to clear this out. .249 left in the third. Empty net. Sienna heading back to the goal. Brooklyn backhands that one to the red line. Chipped back into the zone. Ruby pokes out ahead. Here comes Kyla up ice. Kyla with a drag. Where's the puck? That push from behind over the goalie. Ayla's in the goal. Ruby with it at the circle. Shoots into a foot. Ruby tries to go cross ice to Avery. That one gets out of the zone. Nice reaching poke from Brooklyn. No call there. 1:51 left. Ayla goes to the near boards to Brooklyn. Brooklyn pokes that around Minnesota. 3-on-2 opportunity here. Brooklyn going wide. Brooklyn gets to the top of the crease. Backhand, sliding Minnesota player. There we go. Ruby buries one. 1:27 left. 5-3. Off the face-off, Kayla wins it, skates it into the zone, backs it over to Ruby. Kayla with the puck. Off that face-off, 9 seconds to get a shot on goal. The girls are hungry. 5-3. Puck goes behind the goal off the face-off. Girls pressuring. Kyla keeps that in. This time it comes out. That is icing. 46 seconds left. Puck goes to the corner. Minnesota goes around the boards. Can't get it past Reese. Reese at the blue line, keeps it in. Ruby's got it. Ruby with a shot. Oh, off the crossbar! Kayla centers to Ruby. Brooklyn keeps it in, gets it back to Ruby. Ruby coming across the slot. Ayla pokes it deep. Reese, walk in, Reese. Reese shoots into Minnesota. Man, 5-3. But against that team, that is one hell of a game. Lots of huggies for Sienna. Had some chances there. Great effort. This team beat Arapahoe 11-1 yesterday. We were right there in it. Shots in the third, 10 for Minnesota, 7 for Mountain Select. Girls should be super proud. They definitely earned a big breakfast. We'll see you back at 3.